You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, 6 8 Mile Rock High School students arraigned in the magistrate's court. Plus, the National Insurance Board rate to increase by 1.5%. And 30 days are up. We have the latest in the government and port dispute. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, 5 males and 1 female, all students of the 8 Mile Rock High School, learning their fate at the West Grand Bahama Courthouse this morning. The 6 juvenile defendants were involved in an altercation on Monday, April 22nd at the 8 Mile Rock High School. Our Jolanda Thompson Everest was present at the courthouse and filed the details in tonight's top story.
A brawl at the 8 Mile Rock High School resulting in 6 juveniles arraigned before Magistrate Simone Brown in 8 Mile Rock on serious charges. The 5 males and 1 female were between the ages of 17 and 19 were charged with grievous harm, sending out a strong message that this behavior will not be tolerated. It was an emotional moment for parents and guardians at the 8 Mile Rock Courthouse who were all in attendance to support their loved ones involved in the ordeal. The courtroom crowded but filled with silence as Magistrate Brown shared on Monday, the 22nd of April 2024, while at 8 Mile Rock High School, the accused did unlawfully cause grievous harm to Sergeant 2830 Colebrook. Brown further explained to the juveniles that this is a matter that can can proceed at the magistrate's court or the Supreme Court before a judge or jury. Brown then asked each defendant, after consultation with their counsel, where would they like the matter to proceed. They all pleaded not guilty and shared that their preference is the magistrate's court. The 19-year-old defendant, however, was also arraigned for ruining the officer's uniform and was given another bail in the amount of $5,000. Attorney at law Parker Deal, who was also representing two of the 5 males, expressed that today was not a good feeling. He says that the incident is one which is not a good look for the community and that everyone involved is doing all they can to come to some kind of closure.
It's not good for our students. It's not good for our schools. It's not good for the authority that we place in the school to be challenged. And so we're just doing all that we can to bring this to some conclusion.
The attorney says that this case can be used as an example for students who want to participate in gang violence.
We go to school for our education. We go to school to be taught obedience and discipline. We don't go to school to challenge authority. We don't go to school to pretend that we're in charge. We don't go to school to indulge in wrongdoing. We go to school to educate ourselves to try and become progressive and productive citizens.
The 6 students were all released on bail in the amount of $7,500 and were ordered to sign in at the 8 Mile Rock Police Station every Monday before 6 p.m. The adjourned date for this matter is on June 5th, 2024. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Thanks, Yolanda. Meanwhile, Belinda Wilson, president of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, has labeled the recent altercation at 8 Mile Rock School as quite disturbing. The incident is believed to have originated from a weekend altercation on the basketball court involving students, which subsequently spilled onto the school campus. Wilson stated that they have held meetings with teachers at the institution and have raised their security concerns with the acting director of education in Grand Bahama.
They've begun to put some measures in place. So there will be 2 police officers at the campus. They will increase the complement of security officers. An additional administrator is being sought, and there are other measures that are being considered. We will continue having our dialogue with the acting deputy director, the police, the parents, the school administrators, the teachers, and our union officers that are there and are on the ground.
In other news, the National Insurance Board rate increase will be implemented come July 1st, 2024. It was the focus of attention at the Office of the Prime Minister's presser. NIB Director Heather Maynard explained that rate increase of 1.5% is necessary to supplement the dwindling funds. Additionally, she's explaining its many benefits in providing assistance to the people of the Bahamas, noting that it is vital to introduce this increase. She went on to explain the breakdown on how employers and employees will contribute.
To meet obligations, the report has recommended that the national insurance rate should increase by 1.5% initially, and that the time to act is now. To ease the burden to employers, NIB sees this as a phased process, starting with an initial increase of 1.5%. For employers and employees, the 1.5% is shared equally. The employees' rate increases from 5.9% to 6.65%, and the employees' rate increases from 3.9% to 4.65%.
The National Insurance Board is also planning for the future, according to Director Maynard. She says the focus is on a new technology that will make NIB and its services readily available.
An online card renewal portal is currently in its final testing phase. Soon, anyone who has an NIB card with a photograph may renew their expired card online. But we want to encourage more buy-in from employers to utilize the portal as a convenient way to meet their monthly compliance obligations. Soon, we will announce the rollout of the C10 mobile app, which is specifically intended for use by small businesses or self-employed persons. The C10 mobile app is a similar tool to the ESS portal. It has comparative features and is created with the same goal of allowing businesses to upload their contribution statements and make contribution payments directly into NIB's system. The objective is
given for the port to respond to the letter issued by the government. I'm advised that parties are meeting in Grand Bahama. So the parties are in Grand Bahama for additional talks. Now, what happens next will depend on the outcome of those talks. So we await to see what will happen next and give a further update as it's made available.
Now, just yesterday, the Grand Bahama Port Authority issued a statement which read in part that concerns raised among its stakeholders by the very unfortunate public noise which has recently been directed at the GBPA. We would like to reassure our licensees, the residents of the Grand Bahama, and current and prospective investors that GBPA has not been detracted by this. We remain keenly focused on delivering the $2 billion plus of investments currently being executed for the benefit of the Grand Bahama economy. Switching gears now, on November 3rd, 2023, the Ministry of Education launched its national breakfast program for the Abacos and Cherokee Sound Primary School. Seems to be one that's off to a good start. While this is the pilot program, the principal of the school and the district superintendent for Abaco and the Keys are deeming the program effective, generous, and a blessing for all of those in need. Jolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
Cherokee Sound Primary School has seen an improvement in its attendance record. That, according to the District Superintendent for Education for Abaco and the Keys, Chester Cooper. Cooper shares that since the inception of the Ministry of Education's National Breakfast Program, 27 students have been more focused and motivated to strive for success.
It started out with 3 days per week, and the good news is it is now actually being done every day of the week. So that's an excellent initiative that was put forward by also the Prime Minister and the Ministry of Education.
Cooper furthers that there are a few parents and guardians that have been challenged financially, resulting in providing their children with unhealthy breakfast. He says that this program has been timely.
You know, the kids are at school early in the morning, eager bright faces, waiting to get a breakfast. I've observed a lot of times where kids, they are eating cookies and soda for breakfast or eating chips for breakfast. This breakfast is more on the healthy line because it gives them like Kristen tuna or pancake and sausage with apple juice and orange juice and that kind of thing. So it's very important for kids to have a healthy breakfast because it helps them to focus throughout the day. When you're hungry, you can't learn on an empty stomach.
The principal of Cherokee Sound Primary School, Carlia Watkins, applauding the Ministry of Education for the ideal initiative and says that the program is having a tremendous effect on the children.
The breakfast program would have brought on such a change that students get to school pretty early before the vendor. They're always there on time and ready to take part in the breakfast program. Prior to the breakfast program, students were either absent or not coming in at all. And so when we started the breakfast program in November of last year, we saw a great change in terms of attendance.
Watkin expresses that the program has the students more influenced to learn. However, she's calling on officials from the Ministry of Education to visit the school and the students.
I would like to see that persons who are in charge of it come by, visit, to actually see the setup and what's happening, and like when they're going to send supplies, send me a little notification even.
The Ministry of Education has plans to expand the program in all schools across the country. However, currently, one school within the district has been chosen. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
MSC Magnifica making its inaugural visit to Freeport, Grand Bahama. That story, sports, and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Mark it down on your calendar. April 26th to 30th. It's Dolly Madison's pre-Mother's Day sale, where everything will be 25% off. No red tags, no exclusions. Everything store-wide. 25% off. So you can get mom exactly what she needs at the best price at Dolly Madison's pre-Mother's Day sale. Friday through April 30th. Spend $100 or more now through May 11th. You could win a $300 Mother's Day gift basket from Dolly Madison.
For designer shoes, sandals, handbags, and accessories, visit Steppin' Out, top of the hill, Mackey Street, or WhatsApp 727-9098. Shipping available throughout the family of islands. Steppin' Out when you want to put your best foot forward. Unwind every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Prop Club at the Grand Lucayan Hotel. Enjoy tasty food specials on draft beers and house specialty pizzas. The Prop Club, the best place to meet friends and enjoy happy hour. Come and see the cabinets and countertops in stock now at Specialty Kitchen and Bath, number 16 Oak Street. Phone them at 688-9661.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority, in conjunction with the Grand Bahama Tourism Board and others, brings you Freeport Business Expo, May 2nd, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Grand Lucayan Resort Convention Center. Register today at freeportbusinessexpo.com. Park and Shop is having a 25% off sale excluding underwear and red tags, April 26th through the 30th. Store hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Good news, A&M Professional Lawn Care, situated in Nassau East, is now branching into Freeport. For all your lawn care services, residential and commercial, landscape design, tree cutting, window cleaning, painting, or truck for hire. Call 445-4157.
Welcome to Port in a Minute, an informative segment brought to you by the Grand Bahama Port Authority, where we update you on the latest news taking place within the Port Group of Companies and our community.
We have so much going on in the tourism sector at the moment for the island of Grand Bahama. We have well over $2 billion worth of projects going on in Grand Bahama at this time, or in the pipeline. And in that $2 billion, the majority of that represents tourism-related products. The intent is for U.S. vendors and other vendors in that space to introduce their unique product offerings to the Bahamian people.
So the Freeport Business Expo Tourism Edition is happening on May the 2nd, which is a Thursday, and we want to invite everyone to come out and to join us. It's going to be happening at the Grand Lucayan Hotel. So May 2nd, put it on your calendars. You definitely want to be a part of this impactful event.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The MSC Magnifica making its inaugural visit to Freeport, Grand Bahama. The cruise vessel was built in France back in 2010. 2,500 passengers disembarked at the vessel, and many of them were excited to see Grand Bahama for the first time. The master of the vessel also greeted by executives from the Ministry of Tourism, Freeport Ship Services, and the Freeport Harbor.
It's a lovely ship, a nice ship. Capacity is 3,200 guests on board, plus 1,000 crew members. And now we are doing a cruise of 4 and 3 days cruise here in Bahamas.
Have a wonderful time with that event. There was a chance to actually, meet the captain, his crew, talk about where they're just coming from, where they're going, some of the things they're seeing along the way in the process of sailing through the Caribbean, in our case, and it's just a wonderful experience.
The tourism executive furthers that the uncalled arrival represents additional numbers for the island of Grand Bahama, and at the Freeport Harbor say they could not agree more.
Also represents an opportunity for us to get more economic punch into the island because we have unscheduled arrivals. That means those passengers, in this case for this ship, some 2,500 passengers on island today here, taking advantage of our beautiful waters and our beautiful beaches and all the other activities that we have going on.
It's a pleasure for us to have the MSC Magnifica today in port because it adds another line, not so much a line, but another vessel to the cruise schedule. It always is welcoming when we get more passengers, more vessels to the destination. It helps the island, this island that we love so much, to grow and to prosper.
Well, Calvary Temple Church Media Ministry is staging an encore production stage play titled Guilty this Friday. The production is centered around a courtroom drama in the life of the church. The stage play was written, produced, and directed by Ashley Carroll, who is a member of Calvary Temple.
Guilty is about an unscrupulous attorney, Justin Moss, representing the notorious Jesus Christ. We see the life of Justin, a bit of his personal life, also how the trial itself plays out. We also see the transformation in Justin's personal life, how coming into contact with Jesus, how it affects him, and just a little bit about his story and the trial itself. I've been doing it for a very long time, since I was a teenager right here at Calvary Temple. Little plays for Sunday school or Sunday sermon with Pastor Bruce and Pastor Dury. So it's one of the gifts God has given me.
Other cast members include Dominique McKenzie, who serves as one of the main characters, and Kathia Johnson, who is portrayed as the prosecutor in the court. According to the crew, the stage play is a must-see production.
When you come to the play here at Calvary, you can expect to have all sorts of emotions: joy, laughter. You're gonna have some folks who would, as you know, this is an encore that we're doing, and so far all of the feedback we've been getting was so positive.
If you've missed the original debut of this play, I guarantee you do not want to miss the encore. We have all called Jesus guilty, but let me assure you, once you are here, you would understand the message and walk away feeling fulfilled.
Now, once again, the stage play is set for tomorrow, Friday, April 26th at 7:30 p.m. While colleagues and family members are reflecting on the profound impact of Fred Cooper, a respected leader in the Grand Bahama community. Cooper devoted much of his professional life to serving with integrity at Bahamas Air and the Royal Bahamas Police Force. He passed away on April 4th, 2024 at the age of 79 after a courageous battle with illness. Raven Davis brings us the tribute in this report.
A black ribbon attached to a portrait on the wall at Bahamas Air serves as a solemn and constant reminder of a fallen colleague and gentle leader who served with distinction for 16 years.
He came with a lot of vision, and he's a strong leader. His vision became policy for the airline.
Williams says Cooper, who earned the title Director of Bahamas Air for the Northern Region, saw potential in everyone and ensured they excelled, not only in their duties, but also in other airline functions.
He implemented Achievers of the Month, and it was where we recognized one staff, and the staff was given an award and recognized for the work that they did. And that caused staff to, perform well. And so he was a game changer.
Now, like discussions have begun to potentially implement an Employee of the Year award, naming it the Fred Cooper Award to honor his legacy.
I had the opportunity to speak to him about a week before he passed, and I'm happy that I had that opportunity because it gave me an opportunity to say to him how much I appreciate what he did for us.
He would always say, "It's only one Bahamas Air." So he pushed and he fight that Nassau do not forget Freeport and the family islands. One more thing is that he believed in prayer.
And over at the Gerald Bartlett complex, Cooper's body lay in his police uniform, flanked by officers also paying their respects.
We have a voluntary police reserve section. He served from that arm. He was someone full of life. He always was somebody who you could talk to, and he was a leading figure here in the community in Grand Bahama. And as a police reserve, he always came out when he was needed.
Family members teamed with pride in the man he was.
He's always fun.
Exactly.
Fun person.
Lots of laughter with him and jokes.
He'd be missed a lot, you know. We all had a very close relationship.
One thing is clear, Cooper will be remembered as a man dedicated to service, a professional and a cheerful presence who easily connected with others. His body will be officially laid to rest on Friday at 10 a.m. at St. Paul's Methodist Church. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
New this spring at Island Bedding and Furniture, the Forever Flower Shop. Check out our new selection of artificial flowers and wreaths. Choose stems for your own projects or get a pre-made arrangement as a quick fix to a dull space. If you're a soon-to-be bride, inquire about bulk ordering for floral options that won't break the bank. It's all here at Island Bedding and Furniture, located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinary.
Hungry? Save the day with this hack. The tastiest hack is no longer a secret. Order 2 medium one-topping pizzas from Pizza Hut Freeport for only $22. Enjoy Pizza Hut while spending less all the way to the crust. Visit us at the store, carry out or delivery. 2 medium one-topping pizzas for only $22. Call us at 352-9191. Pizza Hut Freeport. Enjoy all the way to the crust. Pizza Hut Freeport.
Gents, Mother's Day is coming up, and I'm thinking about upgrading my kids' mother's kitchen.
Man, I thought your children's mother was married to another man. You have to know when to let go. This is powerful. You know what? I'm going to upgrade my wife's kitchen for Mother's Day. I am sure she would love that.
I think so too. Check out Cornet Bahamas. They're having a pre-Mother's Day sale, 35% off store-wide starting April 16th through May 16th. The Sandy Port Plaza, Freeport, Albuquerque, and Iloilo.
Tired of the endless bank fees and long lines? The Grand Bahama Cooperative Credit Union is the solution to making your money work for you by providing you with free financial counseling, higher interest on savings plans, and lower interest rates on loans. Savings products such as Christmas and vacation clubs, fixed deposits, and annuity savings allow our members to prepare for today and tomorrow without all of the hassle. With GBCCU 352-4139.
D-Man. While you are looking for sugar, someone can test your
KB.
I see it. My work is on the water.
Don't miss the best of the best. Turks and Caicos Islands, June 27th through 30th. TCI. Be there.
Today, B&B Galaxy is one of the leading waste management companies with services in septic tank, grease trap, and marine pumping, blowing storm drains, sanitary wells, unclogging drain lines, portable toilet rentals, sanitation and janitorial services, and hand wash stations. With services in Grand Bahama, Albuquerque, and New Providence,
call us at 352-7869 or visit us at number 14 Oak Street, Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. Well, first in sports, Primary School Island Sports, Shane Stubbs was at the track.
Primary School Island Sports action continues to heat up here at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex, and here's how some of the coaches are feeling going into the final day of competition.
I have lots of finalists for tomorrow, so the idea right now is to continue gaining points. Even though we have a little lead, we still have to continue gaining points.
We don't know, we just got to put our best fight forward. All our guys who make the final, we got to try and make sure they execute.
We started off in second the first day and up falling down the third the second, but I think today we picked it up a little bit
it. Hopefully we can pick it up, get into first, and win it by just a little bit over Hugh Campbell.
And here's some of your winners from the 800-meter heat.
I had to win for my school to get our point. We're trying to beat Hugh Campbell out here. The second lap, I got to 200 and I start speeding. I feel good about coming first and I just pace it through. When I see I at like the middle over there, I will start speeding up. I feel amazing.
Presenting as Total Sports, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Next in sports, the 20th annual Darrell Says Basketball Showcase begins Friday, April 26th through Sunday, April 28th at St. George's Gym.
We'll start play at 6 p.m. and go till 9 p.m. And then Saturday, we start at 9 a.m. unless there's a change until the coaches pretty much had enough. We're going to have just mainly junior colleges, prep schools, high schools here, and an NAA school that'll be here. We anticipate having Indian River, Northern Oklahoma, Tonkawa, which actually has a Bahamian coach who's there that we're very proud to have him back.
We're allowing teams to come in versus just coming in as individuals. So if you got a team or a club, they all welcome. You could either pay the team fee, or if you want to, you can come in as individuals. But we figure coming in as a team, your players will be playing with guys that they're comfortable with, and you'll definitely get a better product on the court.
Ladies and gents, that is your quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
And now here's a look at your local weather forecast, sponsored by Royal Star Assurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
It's so beautiful.
Our Facebook friend of the day. When we come back, stay with us.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
Hey, I'm D'Amico Nesbitt, and welcome to Health Bites, where every week we give you a helpful tip to help you on your health and fitness journey. Today, I'm going to give you 3 signs that you need to cleanse or detox. We all know the body cleanses itself, but sometimes if you don't drink enough water or eat enough grains or healthy food, it can be slowed down. 3 signs that you need to detox. Sign number 1 is if you feel lethargic and tired all the time. Sometimes that's the toxins build up. You got a lot of waste inside in your intestines in your body, and your body can't absorb all the nutrients, so you're going to feel tired. If you feel like that, you might be time for you to get a cleanse or detox. Sign number 2 is bloating. Sometimes you have that bloated feeling in the gut, and you wonder why you're just holding on to this water. That could be a sign that you have a lot of waste build up, but the same thing, you have toxins build up in your body. It's time to flush them out. And sign number 3 is trouble sleeping. Sometimes the same problem, if you have waste build up and toxins, it can block your melatonin, and which is what helps your body to go to sleep. So when that occurs, a good idea to get past that. Thank you for tuning in, and remember we're located in the Raven Mall. We also have locations in Nassau. Stop in and check out any of our cleanse and detox products to help you get rid of that waste.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Janice Mullings, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We hope that you enjoyed your birthday. The team will be over later this weekend for South. But that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, BPL's possible future. Time's up for GBPA, uptick in delinquent employers, and in sports, Long Island boys dominate regatta start. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lopinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. What is the future of Bahamas Power and Light? Will it remain just one entity? All those questions posed directly to the Prime Minister this afternoon, a day after an electricity bill made its way to Parliament and weeks following the union's fears of privatization. Joining us live in studio with the details is our Jimenita Swain. Good evening, Jimenita.
Good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. A clearer picture of the future of Bahamas Power and Light coming into focus with Wednesday's tabling of the electricity bill in the House of Assembly. Energy Minister, the Honorable JoBeth Kobe Davis, at the time explaining that the proposed legislation facilitates the outsourcing of functions and subsidiaries that it wholly or partially owns. That bill, along with the natural gas bill, would see BPL switching to more cleaner fuels. While Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, was asked Thursday whether this bill will lead to BPL breaking up into separate entities, facilitating generation, transmission, and distribution. What we can tell you is that possibility hasn't been ruled out.
It could be. The law allows for that.
Other components of the proposed law would see the entity enter into management contracts with the system operator to perform any or all of BPL's functions. Once debated and if passed, the bill would repeal the 2015 Electricity Act. Other elements would also give the Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority, or IRCA, the power to regulate all aspects of renewable energy. When asked if the power generation overseen by the GBPA could be consequently given to IRCA.
That flexibility exists in the bill.
Now, as for whether new partners will be brought on to facilitate this transmission of BPL, Prime Minister Davis said the government is in discussions with strategic partners to assist. As for what the government is ultimately hoping to achieve,
it is designed to bring the efficiencies that we could afford to bring to the country at this time. It is designed to ensure that it can accommodate. It's a legal construct to even accommodate and give the government flexibility to do what it thinks is right for the Bahamian people.
Well, we expect to hear more on this issue when debate opens on the electricity bill in the House of Assembly next week. Reporting live in studio, I'm Jimenita Swain. Back to you, Makushla.
Well, thanks, Jimenita. In other news this evening, the Bahamas in pretty good standing with credit rating agency Moody's, which points to the country remaining on a steady path with a B1 rating. But a well-known financial expert has some advice if the Bahamas is to remain on this path. Lloyd Allen has that story.
Taking another jab at the recent Moody Investor Services release, it was reported that the Bahamian economy grew by some 2.6% during 2023, with particular growth in the areas of rentals, food services, and the construction industry. Former Chamber of Commerce Chairman and Fidelity Buying CEO Gowan Bowe says while this is some good news, more must be done to protect reserves for the country, most of which is now attached to major international banks.
The banking system is dominated by 3 Canadian banks, and I heard the Treasurer speak about the challenges. But ultimately, those banks have in excess of $800 million in reserves. That is all foreign currency. And if they ever for whatever reason, decided that they were withdrawing as opposed to selling, and they wish to take their capital out, there would be a significant depletion of our reserves.
Bo reasons a possible solution can come by way of a national development plan.
If we devise a national development plan that gains consensus, not unanimous agreement, consensus, that says civil society, the citizens, the businesses, the government, all are in relative agreement over what the vision for the country is and how we will get there, then we will actually start grading and evaluating our politicians and our policymakers by execution, not philosophy.
Meantime, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis today responding to that recent Moody report. He indicated that it reflects effective economic strategies initiated by the present administration.
I'm satisfied that we have always been on the right track, and I'm happy that our work has been endorsed by such organizations like Moody's, and we trust to continue in the way we are. We still have a lot of work to do, despite what those ratings. It tells us that our stewardship has been good for the 2+ years we're in, and we'll continue this track, and hopefully soon you'll see much more to come.
Now, while this all sounds good, pundits argue more must be done to protect the Bahamian economy despite its apparent robust performance. Reporting from the Central Bank of the Bahamas, for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, thanks, Lloyd. That 30-day deadline the government imposed on the Grand Bahama Port Authority to settle some $357 million owed for public services rendered is up. Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Davis, today told reporters the process is moving.
I think the lawyers are meeting. I got a brief update earlier that they're talking, and we'll see what happens. If there's no concrete way forward, we'll continue the process as ordained by the arrangements that exist between us. It look like arbitration.
And speaking of money owed, employers and the self-employed individuals are being prosecuted at an increased rate for failing to pay national insurance contributions. It's a practice as old as time, it seems, but one NIB seems determined to stop. Corval Pfeiffer reports.
These cases don't necessarily garner much publicity, but their rate of frequency is astounding. During an appearance at the OPM's weekly press briefing Thursday, NIB executives revealed that there are roughly 300 employers and self-employed individuals facing charges for failure to pay contributions.
Every day, NIB is taking employers to court. We prosecute in all of the family islands. We are always in prosecuting individuals.
NIB Acting Director Heather Maynard.
NIB is always willing to assist the employer.
Maynard says that already this year, NIB has seen a more than 12% hike in the number of employers appearing before the courts.
And usually when they're taken to court, they pay their arrears. There are several offenses. The main offense, obviously, is failure to pay. There's also an offense called failure to produce records. And usually when the persons are summoned with a summons to appear to court, they pay their obligation.
The startling revelation comes as NIB executives are making the rounds in anticipation of the upcoming contribution rate increase set to take place this summer. It's a 1.5% rate hike that will be split evenly between employees and their employers.
Report findings have indicated that changing demographics, such as an aging population and a declining birth rate, are having an adverse impact, accelerating the widening gap between benefit payments and contributions collection.
This rate increase will help to reduce NIB's deficit by about $27 million. The current deficit stands at around $65 million. As for that 1.5% rate hike, that's expected to take effect July 1st. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pfeiffer.
Well, shifting our attention, any suggestion the Bahamas discriminates? Flatly rejected by Social Services Minister the Honorable Miles Larota, who was responding to the U.S. State Department's latest human rights report. That report, among other things, says NGOs reported that self-identifying LGBTQI+ children were remanded to juvenile correctional facilities after their guardians deemed them uncontrollable based on sexual orientation, gender identity, or expression. While not speaking specifically to this particular claim, the minister did stress this point.
Children under the care of the Bahamas government are not, not subjected to any form of discrimination.
Well, meantime, the issue of criminalizing marital rape doesn't appear to be a priority on the government's legislative agenda. And President of the Bahamas Baptist Missionary and Educational Convention, Reverend Dr. Philip McPhee, is basing this on recent statements the Prime Minister made on the issue. When questioned, the Prime Minister disclosed that the government had not gotten around to dealing with a draft amendment to the Sexual Offences Act to remove language that rape cannot be committed against one's spouse. McPhee holds that a man who rapes his wife to satisfy his sexual appetite is wrong, dead wrong.
A man have to rape his wife. He's in the wrong structure, and God forbid it. And he's wrong. If a woman says no, it's no. Come back later, she may feel better later on. But you can't rape her, you can't tear her to pieces, you can't degrade her, you can't make her feel less than a wife or a woman. And any man who does that is less than a man and should not be given any privileges to think he is all-powerful because he's a man, he's stronger, he's bigger, and take advantage of her. He's wrong, and he should be dealt with all the power of the law of this country.
Still to come, raising consumer awareness. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
At Commonwealth Bank, we offer affordable and flexible choices to get you back to financial fitness. Our personalized debt consolidation solution is built to fit any financial situation. One easy-to-handle monthly payment reduces your monthly expenses and gets you back on track to savings. Life is great when you're not weighed down by debt. Consolidate and live your best life with Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking services.
We exposed 5 strangers to different KFC menus to see if the flavor can enhance any moment. And at the first bite, the party began. We repeated the experiment during the day, during business hours, on weekends, with sunshine, with rain. It's confirmed, any moment can be a KFC moment.
What boss man was saying in the back there just now.
About what? The luncheon?
Why you always worried about food? No, about how we gotta pay a little more for national insurance.
Mildred, you talking fool. I can't afford to pay that.
And you always crying, palm out. Ain't gonna be much. Boss still gotta pay. 1st of July, 2024.
I think that terminal benefit is what did help my boy Tony through the pandemic. That same unemployment benefit. And guess what?
What?
Susan, I think she'd get a pregnancy benefit, eh?
You mean maternity benefit, eh? So now, we gotta do our part to make sure we get our pension. All right, well, let me try and go back to ATC, boss man.
After 51 years, Papa
Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
Makes no sense it took so long. Crispy outside, juicy inside.
Who are you?
We don't make sense. We make chicken. Y'all good?
Popeyes' new chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand-battered and flipped, and then we have the audacity to call all 5 flavors fast food? Someone should really say something or order something.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
Gents, Mother's Day is coming up, and I'm thinking about upgrading my kids' mother's kitchen.
Man, I thought your children's mother was married to another man. You have to know when to let go. This is powerful. You know what? I'm going to upgrade my wife's kitchen for Mother's Day. I am sure she would love that.
I think so too. Check out Cornet Bahamas. They're having a pre-Mother's Day sale, 35% off store-wide starting April 16th through May 16th. The Sandy Port Plaza, Freeport, Albuquerque, and Ilu.
Simplified lending, we know that your time is precious. So we've unscrambled the loan process, making it fast and hassle-free. You can have your answer in as little as 24 hours. When you qualify, we simplify. We are the best borrowing solution for tuition, home renovation, vacation loans, emergency medical expenses, purchasing a vehicle, and for business expansion loans. Simplified lending for simplified living. Call us today or find us in the R&D Plaza on JFK Drive.
Some progress on the long road to Haiti's stability amid reports of gang threats against the presidential palace. Haiti's 9-member Transitional Presidential Council was today sworn in. And now that that's done, they're expected to get down to the business of leading troubled Haiti following the official resignation of its Prime Minister, Ariel Henry. Online reports citing that Henry, in a letter, expressed sympathy for the losses and suffering endured by the Haitian people during his tenure. Filling Henry's shoes, Michel Boisvert, who has reportedly been running the government in the PM's absence. Now, the new development comes as the Bahamas has sent Defense Force troops to Jamaica for training ahead of hitting the ground in Haiti. The Consumer Protection Commission steps up efforts to school residents about their rights. A team from the commission took their public education campaign to Tonic Williams-Darling Highway. Heading the initiative, Executive Director Sharmi Farrington.
What we're doing here this morning with my team is making sure that we, as I say, are evangelizing consumer protection. We have a mandate in the office that not one consumer will be left behind. So we find creative ways to go out and to make sure that our consumer is being educated. We have a number of initiatives. Our pop-up team is here, where the manager of that area is Lisa Thompson. So we're out here in numbers this morning with her, supporting her effort and giving out flyers to the public.
Farrington says the campaign follows an uptick in consumer complaints.
We just recently did a comparison of the 3-year first quarter statistics, and what we noticed is that there has been tremendous interest in consumer issues. For instance, in 2020, I believe 2022, we would have seen 5 consumer complaints for the quarter. In 2023, we would have seen 24 consumer complaints, and now in our first quarter for 2024, we have seen 134. And to date, we are now at 152 complaints in the office. So it tells us that the public is interested. They are receiving our message of consumer protection, consumer first. They are receptive to that.
Friday recognized as World Intellectual Property Day, and this as the Bahamas has been working to catch up with the rest of the world. The government recently announced plans to bring legislation inclusive of the establishment of a dedicated IP office. Attorney General Ryan Pinder says this administration sees IP protection as a foundation of economic empowerment for Bahamians. Locally, World IP Day is being marked with an Intellectual Day conference centered around this year's theme, IP and the sustainability goals, building our common future with innovation and creativity. Attorney Roger Outen, who specializes in IP, is the event's organizer.
For accountants, because there's finance aspects of it. It is for architects, it is for engineers, it is for artisans, it is for musicians. We have a special guest, Pero Grande, who's going to be coming and discussing copyright in music. We'll discuss artificial intelligence. It literally is for anybody that is in a business field.
The one-day conference takes place at British Colonial Hotel. State Minister for Economic Affairs, Senator the Honorable Michael Alkitis, is expected to deliver the keynote address. Outen says Junkanures will also be given some useful resources to better protect their work and property.
We have Carla Paris, who is out of Trinidad. She is actually a carnival specialist, and she will be having a session specific to Junkanures, which will be entitled The Business of Junkanoo. And so essentially we invite all Junkanures to come and essentially capitalize on this vital information, this vital message that she's going to be delivering with respect to how you can go ahead and brand and commercialize Junkanoo.
Well, shifting our attention now to the Western New Providence School District that's embarking on fierce competitions to improve numeracy and literacy. This morning, students from 4 schools in the district participated in a Math Matters face-off at the Stephen Dillard Primary. District Superintendent Jermaine Butler says 56% of the youngsters are performing above average.
We're struggling, and in particular in mathematics application. And the thing is, we shouldn't be struggling because, again, naturally these students deal with math. They share lunch monies. They have to make decision and problem solving daily, and that's how they get past and through. And technology in general and all the things that they do has to do with mathematics. I think the key thing is, however, the way in which we do our instructions, and we have been improving on that as well, and kind of facilitating studies and classes where students are again focused in the math class, and we're getting from them what they want from us as opposed to us just giving instructions to them.
Eva Hilton Primary won the overall math competition, with Yellow Elder Primary in close second and C.W. Sawyer third. District Numeracy Coordinator Glendina Mills says these competitions allow students to apply what they've been taught.
When we have competitions like this, we get to see where our children are at with their critical thinking skills, the ability to add, subtract, multiply, do all of those things to the top of their head. And so competitions like this, of course, you know, children like competitions we like to cheer on and see who's first, second, third. And so it gives us something to move towards and build excitement in learning.
Well, time now for our World Relays Trivia, offering you the chance to win a pair of tickets to attend this global sporting event right here at home. But before we get to tonight's question, we want to congratulate last night's winner, Sasha Dean. She was the first to call in with the correct answer to the question, other than the Bahamas, name the 2 countries that hosted the World Relays. That's Poland and Japan. Tonight, we're asking how many countries will compete at the World Athletic Relays 2024. To answer, call 477-0546. That's 477-0546. The winner to be announced during tomorrow night's newscast. Oh, we still have more news to come. Stay with us.
If you see news in the making, call ZNS News at 502-3800 or email us at znsnews@gmail.com.
Yellow Elder Garden, Allie and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass. reaching new heights. A symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Ali dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
The best of the best. Keep the vibes alive music group. Alpha Sounds Promotions present the best of the best Wicked Scrape Explosion. As we ignite the grounds of Super Club Breezes, KB, Gino D, Funky B, Veronica Bishop, Ivy, the Islanders, Elon Moxley, Shine 242.
Get your tickets now. Available online at BahamasEtickets.com or swing by the Beauty Shack on Soldier Road and Carmichael Road.
And we're not done yet. The Falcons, Shag Collie and the VIPs, Pat Ramey, Stevie S, Johnny Cake, Iron Store, Novi, Mama D, and Nishi LS. Skyboxes and Skypods available. Call 394-0819. The best of the best Break and Scrape Explosion. Gates open at 6 p.m. May 11th at Super Club Breezers.
Shawnee Miller-Weebo tying up, but it doesn't matter. It's gold for the Olympic champion.
On May 4th and 5th, the sun will shine down on the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Hundreds of the world's best track athletes from more than 40 countries will compete to qualify for their spot at the Paris Olympics.
Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources takes one step closer to its goal of food security after receiving a $1.95 million donation from the Nassau Cruise Port.
As Nassau Cruise Port, we get excited about the prospect of being able to offer more authentic food and local food to the millions of visitors that we have each year. And then in addition to that, we had discussions and presentations around the further development of our authentic artisan product and art sector, which is so important to us as well. It was Ms. Clinton actually that mentioned that the guests visiting our shores and coming to our Bahamas are looking for something that really does touch the Bahamas and something that they wouldn't find someplace else.
You see, the donation took place at the ministry's offices recently, where Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources Jomo Campbell, Minister of Labor Pia Glover Roll, Permanent Secretary Neil Campbell, and Nassau Cruise Port CEO Mike Mora listened to a number of presentations, including one for a poultry program for schools, a chicken broiler production program, the redevelopment of the Blue Hill Road Farmers Market, and an authentic Bahamian cultural concept store. Minister Glover Roll expresses gratitude for this generous donation.
Our minister has a goal of 25 by 2025, and that's in regard to food security. And our project in the Golden Gates community also speaks to that effort. We have a number of backyard farmers in our community in Golden Gates. We have fishermen and women. We have farmers, and we also are looking at, in terms of authentically Bahamian handicraft, being able to use the Blue Hill Fish Market, which is going to be the fish fry of the South, as a hub for food security, a hub for an opportunity for our farmers and fishermen to sell and present their wares, but also an opportunity for us to provide an atmosphere where artisans can learn craft and sell their wares.
And Minister Campbell echoed those sentiments.
On behalf of the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, I would wish to say thank you to the three presenters today.
and what is definitely several steps in the right direction for the further enhancement of our country. I would also like to say thank you to Mr. Moore and his board at the Nassau Coast Board. And penultimately, as I've always been reminded in growing up, I'd like to say thanks to God for this opportunity and this partnership in bringing us all together as we move forward, upward, onward together in building a better, brighter, more beautiful Bahamas.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Days out from celebrating its 15th anniversary, Bahamas Striping Group of Companies taking a philanthropic approach, donating $150,000 to a number of local charities throughout the Bahamas. Jimenita Swain tells us more.
15 local charities, the beneficiaries of $150,000 in donations from Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, who is celebrating 15 years in the business. The charities range from orphanages and foundations that aid in health challenges from heart disease to AIDS, as well as animal care and those physically disabled. Company President Atario Mitchell.
As we approach this anniversary, we reflect on our core values and the principles that have guided us since inception. At Bahamas Striping, we believe in giving back and being an integral part of our communities we serve.
Executive Chairman Dominic Stirrup also unveiled a new logo incorporating paving with a road to unlimited opportunities. He also shared other philanthropic plans.
Then you go to the number 5 that represents our charity arm. Last year, with our partnership, the Let's Make a Difference, we fed 10,370 meals as our first time doing our Let's Make a Difference. This year, our goal is to do 15,000 meals in Nassau, 5,000 meals throughout the Family Island, and additional 5,000 meals in Grand Bahama. So that is 25,000 meals to feed this year.
Wife of the Prime Minister, Mrs. Anne-Marie Davis, congratulating the company on its milestone while urging them to consider mentorship.
If you can, at least one hour per quarter, you can talk to young men through partnering with some NGO of some sort, because just to challenge them to discover their dreams and to realize what they might be capable of doing. Already, I admire the number of young men employed by you.
The Grand Bahama Children's Home, the Ranfurly Home for Children, the AIDS Foundation, the Sir Victor Sassoon Heart Foundation, and the Salvation Army, all receiving $15,000 checks.
So we're very grateful. This is going to help with our mental health program, feeding, just making sure that children who desperately need our love and attention get on good footing.
This donation is not merely a monetary contribution to our home. It is a symbol of recognition and encouragement from BSGC to continue the outstanding work that defines Ranfurly's mission.
The minimum cost is like $100,000 per child, and it can be double and triple that depending on what's wrong with them.
And while BSG's anniversary is not until May 10th, officials are certain that they are starting their celebrations on the right foot. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Jimenita Swain.
Well, on Sunday, the Bishop's Chorale is looking to captivate audiences as they take center stage with a beautiful blend of religious choral arrangements. Our Devontae Hannah got to enjoy a penultimate rehearsal of the choir, and they say they're hoping for a full house at their ticketed event as they prepare to wow those in attendance.
A continuation of Easter.
and a celebration of music across denominations.
We come with sacred hymns and gospel music and Negro spirituals and standard anthems.
That's the plan of Bishop Trent Davis, founding director of the Bishop's Choral, who on Sunday, April 28th, will present Born to Die, the choir's second annual concert.
This is going to be some impromptu moments. We've got a few surprises. They can expect music from their church that they're not used to hearing outside of their church. So we're going to sing some Adventist songs in this Golden Gates. We're going to sing some Baptist hymns, a few Anglican hymns. It's going to be exciting. And we have some surprise directors that are coming in. We have some special guests that are coming in from Washington, D.C.
The group has been rehearsing for the past 2 months, readying themselves for what is being called a life-changing event, showcasing the best in local and international talent, some for the first time in a while.
I'm singing from I was 11 years old, and so I've never done the classical type of music, and so Bishop Trent took me on. He said, the range is good, so he wants to, give me that opportunity to sing something different.
It's a big opportunity. I love the camaraderie. I like to socialize, and so it takes me out of my comfort zone a lot.
I haven't really sang classical music since I graduated, so to get my feet back into that arena, that genre, I love it.
Director Bishop Davis says it's a diverse group of singers spanning decades, careers, and even churches, all with one goal.
We want to share with people that he died that we may live. It's not that just he was born to die, but that he rose again. And because he rose, we can live as well.
The concert starts at 6:30 Sunday evening at the Golden Gates World Outreach Center, Carmichael Road. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Still to come, our feature of the night, Make a Wish. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Every breath, we admire you. Every stride, we cheer for you. Every moment, we fly our flag with pride. Because when you run, we run. BTC proudly supports Bahamian sports and athletes and is the title sponsor of the World Athletic Relays 2024. BTC supports the journey of winning, creating an unbeatable mobile experience so you can be unstoppable.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
The most important thing in life is family, and whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
J.S. Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Students won every category of a recent regional online World Poetry Day competition held by UNESCO.
Help me to save our Caribbean. We can plant a tree to help save you and me. We can use less plastic. Glass instead would be fantastic. You can use transportation without an engine, so the atmosphere can have more protection. We can recycle items everywhere to show the Caribbean that we care.
The students were recognized by officials of the Ministry of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, and Secretary General to the Bahamas National Commission for UNESCO, Deidre Bevins.
The competition was open to all UNESCO Caribbean countries in 4 age categories: 6 to 8, 9 to 12, 13 to 17, and 18 plus. 2 finalists per category per country were selected and entered into the overall competition.
The submissions were superb by any standard. And this is what we know we have in this country. We have exceptional, extraordinary young people. So I congratulate you, and I want to encourage all of you to continue to dig deep into your creative impulses. But whatever it is that you're doing, some of you are still in school, to move forward with confidence, with boldness in your abilities, and with a desire to build your, just incredible capacity as a human.
242 to the world.
Jonalie McIntosh for Ed Talk.
Every child counts. A care home for children in Abaco, the recipients of a generous donation of $7,000 from Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. The donation, part of the company's 15th anniversary celebrations. On hand to collect the check, Nicole Dunarden Russell, who says the facility accommodates children with special and intellectual disabilities.
And we are now engaging in the idea of trying to start a transitional living program, as well as possibly a residential program in the future, so that our adult individuals can still remain part of the community. And I would like to say thank you.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Patricia. We have near clear skies again this evening. Temperature at 74 degrees. Relative humidity 66%. The winds are out of the east-northeast at 9 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,019.4 millibars. That is 30.10 inches. And your temperatures around the Family Islands this evening: 74 in Green Key, Marshall, Abaco, 2 degrees up at 76 degrees. 74 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands at 75. Alisan, Bimini, 76. Over in Harbour Island, 74. Roxanne, Eleuthera, 73 degrees. 75 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Camps, Bayside Andros, Black Point, Exuma, and Outer Cat Island at 76 degrees. 76 also in San Salvador. Rum Key, 75. Georgetown, Exuma, also 75 degrees. Ragged Island, Clownstown, Long Island, and Crooked Island reporting 76. 80 degrees in Betsy Bay, Maguana, and Ackless, Matchitown, Inagua at 82, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 80 degrees. Your boating forecast for tonight through Friday in the northwestern islands. Those winds going to be increasing out of the east, 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights building 3 to 6 feet. So once again, caution flags will be in place for the northwest Bahamas through Friday. Now, your high tide takes place at 9:49 tonight, with a second high tide at 10:04 tomorrow morning. Now, for the central and southeastern islands tonight through Friday, easterly winds as well, 15 to 20 knots. The wave heights 4 to 7 feet. So we also action small craft in the central and southeastern islands to exercise caution through Friday. Now, as we take you into Saturday, in the northwestern islands, those winds continue to increase out of the east, becoming 15 to 20 knots. Wave heights at 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. Your high tide on Saturday, 10:44 in the morning, with a low tide at 4:44 in the afternoon. In the central and southeastern islands on Saturday, we see those winds continue to increase as well. Easterly, 15 to 25 knots. Very rough sea conditions at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. So we're asking small craft to exercise an advisory in the central and southeastern islands on Saturday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Yeah, that sailorman sound. Rolly gray, your boat needed bailing out. Yeah, the sailorman sound. You wanna go to heaven, put the radar on your head. That's the sailorman sound. wanna go to heaven, put the radar on your head. Go to heaven, that's the sailor man sound. Hear it boom.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal South Shores. But stay tuned, the extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
Are you a business with 3 or more vehicles looking for the perfect fueling solution? Well, look no further.
I can go to any Rubis service station and get fast and easy service without any form of payment.
I can top up my fuel account and generate reports anytime online.
We at Wildflowers enjoy significant savings from fraud reduction. The Rubis system provides optimum security and peace of mind.
Email BahamasSales@rubis-bahamas.com to sign up now.
Pick up your favorites today at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Rainbow Chunk Tuna, 5 ounce, 2 for $1.89. Nazca Yellow Grits, 1 pound, $1.49. Olivia Vegetable or Canola Cooking Oil, 48 ounce, $4.99. Whole chicken wings, $1.99 per pound. Idaho potatoes, 5-pound bag, $4.99. Find the foods you love at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Losing your furniture to costly termite damage? You need Renicule Initials Drop and Go Furniture Fumigation, the only service like it in the Bahamas. Simply drop your furniture at a fumigation container located at 5th Terrace, Centerville, and collect your termite-free piece within days. Sealed with our termite-free guarantee. Fast, convenient, affordable. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Renicule Initial.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Good evening, all, and welcome to Sports Thursday. I'm Charles Fisher. We are just 9 days away from the BTC World Relays Bahamas right here at the stadium. Still going over some minor work. We'll get to that in a few. But the National Family Auto Regatta, that is going on over there in Georgetown, Exuma. And we check in now with our resident skipper, Marcellus Hall.
The Cup race is getting everything rolling as the 68th National Family Auto Regatta began in Georgetown, Exuma, with the E-Class boats taking to the waters first thing in the morning. Lady Anna Maria, sailed by Colin Cartwright II, was top dog here as she cruised across the finish line and taking honors there to start things off. One Bahamas, sailed by Tanaj Manos, was second, and then you had the Sugarloaf in third. Lady Kayla in the fourth spot, and the Buzz, sailed by Leslie Buzzy Roll, finishing in the fifth spot. Other boats taking the waters, as you mentioned, total of 32. All of them did not quite make it across the finish line. A number of them actually sinking, one right at the finish line and one with a boom issue. But all in all, it was a great start to the beginning of the regatta with this E-Class race. In the B-Class, this was the big one everybody was waiting for, as in the B-Class, it would be presented by the Governor General herself. After all, this was the Governor General's Cup. And guess who would come across the finish line here? Susan Chase getting the job done, followed by the Lonesome Dove. Cobra was third. Tarry Ann in the fourth spot. Lady Sonia would finish fifth. And then, of course, the Barbarian, Udiva, and the Ant's Nest, the other boats in that class. Ant's Nest did not start the race due to some issues with her equipment, so she was unable to get things going, but it was a pretty good rolling to the B class there, as the winner in that category, getting the cup from the Governor General herself, was, of course, the Susan Chase. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports from the National Family Regatta, I'm Marcellus Hall.
Thanks a lot, Marcellus. 9 days to the World Relays Bahamas. Teams will start arriving from the other countries as early as this coming Monday, and the readiness of the Thomas A. Robertson Stadium, which has been given a complete overhaul, will be ready, according to Game CEO Jamaica Watcher.
The track is amazing, and I'm happy to report that the facilities we're ready to go. The only thing that we're now doing is outfitting the facility for staging. And of course, this is a production where there will be an expansive stage that will be at the center of the field with catwalks and Junkanoo presentations at the center. And so that's really the only thing that we're working on right now. The track is laid, striped, the canopies are in, the lighting is in. I saw it looked like a light show last night. And I don't know if there's any concern right now. The only thing is, I know that there have been some people who were concerned about whether the track would be ready. Hey, I'm ready to run tomorrow. Some minor works that are being done specific to the games itself. But I'm just so happy that we don't have to worry about the track and the stadium being ready. So that's good news for the country. And we delivered once again.
And track fans can expect a great show.
This is going to be a Super Bowl style presentation. So it's no longer coming out of a digital wall. We have a showcase where athletes will mount the stage, strike a pose, go to the exchange zones. It will be complemented with Junkanoo music and performing artists. And so when DMAC strikes up a beat or when Nisi Ellis strikes up a tune, I think the Bahamas will start to dance in the stands.
The private school junior girls soccer championships kicking Wednesday at the Roscoe Davies Field, and it was the Comets of Queen's College repeating as champs with a 4-1 calming of the Hurricanes of St. Andrews.
I feel amazing. I'm so happy to be this year's captain. I can't believe we won. It's a dream come true for me. My team performed really well. I think we have something to improve on, but doesn't everybody, but we won, so we've been undefeated all season, and I'm really proud of my girls. All of them have shown great improvement. Back-to-back champions last year, I was actually co-captain for the team, and I'm just proud to bring it home as me as the captain this year.
Now to the junior boys, where it was a much closer, much more competitive, with St. Andrews and Windsor going back and forth, goal after goal. This one would go down to penalty kicks, with the Hurricanes prevailing 6-5. Noah Moody with the game-winning boot.
When I stepped up, all I was thinking was, if I miss this, that's it. And the minute I got up, I just tried to put it right corner, and it went in.
Honestly, it's all just about composure, I feel like. And then also, I got to give all my glory to God, who kept me strong throughout the game, motivated to keep going. And then we also know now it's like a crunch time, so them last few minutes, we could capitalize. We're strong, stamina, and then, yeah, that's just composure, really. It feels good, back-to-back, Last year we won penalties again, but, yeah, I feel like it's just good.
Could have gone either way. They clearly have some outstanding players, but I'm very proud of all of my boys for staying calm under pressure. They put the ball in the corners, which is where you got to go, and ultimately our goalie made that save, and then ice-cold Noah finished it off for us.
And that's going to do it for Sports Thursday. Make sure go out there, get your tickets. The BTC World Relays Bahamas, just 9 days away.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Have you ever purchased a defective item and was denied an exchange or cash refund? Contact the Consumer Protection Commission at 393-779-5-8 or our 24-hour complaints hotline at 357-7898 and let us help your voice be heard.
Hey, get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
I don't know, but there's all kind of cars in the parking lot, but you ain't even know where to park. Yeah, that's no parking. Look at this way. Like, you ain't get nowhere to go. Don't park him. Just don't park him. Don't park him. Yeah, that's on the gas. No, you can't park him on the gas. I ain't be that long. I ain't be that long. On the gas, what? Boy, what's going on, dog? I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way parking. I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bar big broke, and he got a sticker inside that say this mod though. We gotta move. This is honey gas. That's what we gotta move. But we gotta move. Don't. We can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate.
Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at what a persistent high pressure will begin to reach across the Bahamas, and that will lead to an increase in the winds heading into the weekend as